How to be yourself. It's an interesting idea, honestly. Whereas I believe we are always creating ourselves. We are always creating who we are as we live every single day. It's not over yet. So, if you don't know who you are always creating it. Whether consciously or unconsciously, you're making decisions, you are thinking, you are experiencing life to however you may perceive it. And it's just all how we look at life, how we all just look at life, interact with life. And we are always changing. We're always becoming someone new. Just like a snake shedding its skin, it's becoming new. It's a new layer. So, if you don't know who you are, just know you're creating yourself. It's crazy. It's a crazy idea. Because on one level, you don't know who you are. But you already have things put onto you. You already have ideas, beliefs, attitudes, and ideologies that you have. And now you can look at your life, see, is that who you want to become? Is that your end goal? Is that what you want to be? And do what you may with that answer. Whether you love where you are, then keep going, keep doing what you want, keep improving what you already are doing. And if not, realize what it is. What is it that you want to become? Who you want to become? How you want to live your life? How you appear for yourself? How you interact with yourself? How do you speak, communicate to others? And what is the kind of aura, I guess you can say? What is the kind of way you think about yourself and life in itself? It's all changing. It is all changing. Whether you know it or don't. Time goes on. We go on. We continue. Now, if you're unhappy with how you are, now you know. Now you know you can change it. And it's hard. It can be hard. Especially if it's an environment, Actually, an environment is probably one of the easier things to change. Now, family, however close you may be, that's family. They can be hard at times if they are just constantly negative, constantly just putting themselves down, not believing in themselves, but you want more. Also, it's like, where do we go? Who are the people we hang around? As over time, I believe we are all influenceable. We are all able to be influenced and have our thoughts and ideas changed. And I guess a lot of the reason is why? Why do we change? Could be many reasons. We could just conform to how everyone is acting, how everyone believes that we are. We put a sort of mask on and just hide ourselves from who we are. We don't present ourselves as we are. And it's okay, it just is. It really just is. And that gets me thinking of the idea of, rhetorical sensitivity. Essentially, it's being aware of who you're speaking to and just slightly changing how you present yourself in accordance to that. It's the same way you will speak to a 21-year-old isn't going to be the same way you speak to an 80-year-old veteran. Like, there's that level, of changing. But it's not like you're changing your whole self. You're not pretending to be something you are. That's the whole point, just pretending that you are something that you are not. When in all reality, if you base your relationships on that, whether it's friendships, a boyfriend, a girlfriend, just people at your workplace, just people you interact with, it's like, what happens when that mask just slips? You slip. It'll happen. It will happen, because everything in the dark will come to light. We'll always be exposed. It is what it is. No, it's like, what do you want to be exposed for? They say, oh, he's hardworking, he's been about his business, going for what he wants. Or do you want it to be like, oh, he isn't really what he says he is, he isn't really what he appears to be? Choice is yours. It's all your choice. No matter who tells you what information you're getting, it's all your choice. It's all your choice. It's your life, your own experience, how you interpret it. So it's like, if if you see someone who's where you want to be at, it's like, of course you want to take their advice. They are at where you are at. Like, they are at where you want to be at. That was what I meant to say. They are at where you want to be at. So on that level, whether it's, obviously a career path, you can take their information, their advice, and just apply it and tweak it if it needs to be done. As that's just how it is. That's just how it is. Make the information relevant to you. Make it important to you. Make it mean something to you. So, and it's crazy. This all came about as I was watching a video. And a lot of the things I think about are all just either just something I think about and then come to a realization and then see a video about it and just dive in head first to see what other people think about it and if there's a way to improve the viewpoint or just the overall meaning, I guess you can say. And in that way, I'm changing. Every single day is change, every single second. If we just want to look at days, simple, every single day, we become something more. We're all moving towards a direction. What is the direction? And, it really gets me thinking of the time in my life where I didn't know the direction. The actions, the things I would do weren't in alignment for what was to come for me, what I truly wanted. Because I didn't know. I was just doing things just to do it. And there's nothing wrong with new experiences. New experiences are great. It'll teach you a lot more. It'll teach you so much of what you like and don't like. Because that's also a thing with purpose. It's like, what you don't want. You know what you don't want. So you can steer clear of all those things, all those, sorts of activities, thoughts, and all that. Because you don't want it. And that also gives a clear sense of what it is that you want. What is it that you want? If you know you don't want it, you can explore what isn't there, what isn't meant for you. Because if you know you don't want to do this, act this way, act that way, then you got already options marked off the list that you want to try and do. And it all comes with experience. That's the thing. Experience is such a great teacher. It is such a great teacher. It's probably one of the best things possible. The fact that we're able to just look at life, experience it, and just learn and grow. That's the beauty of it. That's honestly the beauty of it. And so don't believe that just because something happened, just because you've continuously done one thing the same way and you don't like it, don't think you're gonna continue it. Because by all means, you're aware of that. You're aware of what you don't like. Whether it's hesitating, whether it's just holding back, and you're aware you don't like that. So guess what? Your next action, your next choice, step outside of that comfort zone. Go for it, say what you want. And now, of course, there's obviously ways of saying it. There's obviously better ways of saying it than just, if we're talking on a communication level, of a way of, instead of just pushing it on to someone, just in a way, just speaking your mind if they want it. You know, it's like, do you want my true thoughts on it? And then go ahead. If they say yes. And and that's the thing. It's like when you're open, you grow. And in a way, by open, it's also like you're vulnerable. You are vulnerable. You are vulnerable. Because the way I see it is like, let's say you're open, you're vulnerable. It's like planting a tree in the dirt. The dirt is supposed to be soft. It's supposed to be, you know, open and be able to just be controlled. Not controlled, but it's open and ready to be, you know, planted. It's ready to be seeded for the future. And on the other side, where you stick to your own beliefs, you hold on to it, you cling to it, you're not open. It's like trying to plant it on concrete or the road. It's like you literally cannot penetrate it. You literally cannot go through and just accept something new. You have to be open and vulnerable, as it may cause some people pain, as they believe they hold on to that idea of themselves. You know, that idea that whether it's holding them back or not, they hold on to it. And it's really just also curiosity that just can take you so far too. Curiosity and being determined to try things out. Because if you're just curious, you're just thinking about things. You're like, okay, that's interesting. But then if you're determined to just try things, it's like, okay, you're curious, you see something new, and you try it. And this is all just my life experience, just being curious. I've always been a curious individual, but I didn't have that determination to try new things. I didn't have that courage to try new things, try new experiences, be open to new experiences, as I was anxious about it. And whether or not, you know, we live without or with the experience, we're always going to be anxious in that way, or live with regret. You know, we're anxious trying something new out, which is normal. It's out of your comfort zone. It's out of your comfort zone. You're supposed to feel weird in a way. And that's where the growth happens. That's where the growth is, where you're able to tackle new things or see things in a new perspective, in a way to improve or just see the grand picture. And that's really what it is. So, once again, it's like you are constantly creating yourself. The idea of yourself, who you are, who you want to be. And with that, it's like you can go in any which direction, any direction you want to go, you know. Because you know what you don't want. You know what you don't want for yourself, whether it's, you know, your attitudes, your beliefs, the way you behave, the way you show your emotions, or, you know, the way you internalize your emotions, the way you just handle them, handle problems, conflicts. You know what it is you don't want. It makes you feel bad afterwards. It makes you feel bad. It makes you feel upset that you handled it that way. But in that same sort of regret or that same sort of uneasiness, it's like you can see where you can change it. That's how it is. So and even on, just to me personally, how did I realize this came about? It was like just, you know, in the time and place where I wasn't open to new experiences, I was miserable in a way. I was upset at myself. I was upset with the things I was doing, just constantly sitting there, just distracted, wasting time, wasting my time in a way for things that didn't mean much to me. But, you know, again, I've been curious. I've been interested in many things, and I've always known that I was interested in things like music, for example. I've known I've been interested in that. Got a guitar. Now, it hasn't been that long since I got one. It's been, what, 4 months? 4.5? But still. But what really had to change for that, for me, in order to just put myself out there, is accepting, I don't want to live like this. I don't want to continue like this. I don't want to keep being the same kind of person, remaining stuck in a world that is constantly changing, when even I myself I'm constantly changing. I just wasn't aware of it. I was constantly making my habits just more in the area of just procrastination, of wasting time, making bad decisions. That's what it was. And I didn't want to do that no more, so guess what? I realized I didn't want to live like that. Okay, so what could I do instead? I started working out at first, okay? And now however you may apply it, whichever direction you want to go wherever your curiosity takes you, see where it takes you. And then guess what? We're making YouTube videos, we're creating music, playing soccer. Although soccer's always been an interest of mine, I just never played till like a year ago, somewhere around there. And here we are now. It was raining. Just another day, a beautiful day. And even just little things of life, just looking at life, it's beautiful. It's all beautiful. And your attitude and just everything is all together. Everything is all together. As you get your mind right, then you start realizing, I want to get my body right. Or you start realizing, I want to get my money right. It's all together. But it all starts with the fact that you want to grow, the fact you want to change, the fact we are always changing. We're always creating ourselves. Every single day, it's a new us. We are a new person. Just constantly blooming, just every single day, growing. And that's really what it is. We can take that information and just run with it. And it's a new day. Make new choices. In whatever free time you have, because I know we have obligations, whether it's school, work, And even in that, it's like, you could really just go into an area that just fascinates you. May take time to understand that, but that's really just the gist of it, I guess, because being honest, because one thing is, I'm putting myself out here in a way where it's like, I'm posting YouTube videos and it's like, I have to be okay with what comes with it. Whether it's amazing comments, which I've literally always seen. Amazing comments, thank you for all the support, honestly. Or negative comments. I have to be okay with both. I have to be okay with putting myself in front of a camera and just being able to speak. And I'm a relatively introverted person. Given the chance, it's like, I just feel a lot better just by myself. So it's like, you would never expect, me to just make videos in a way, because it was something new. And it's surprising. It's surprising what you can come to like. It is surprising what you could love, But it all just comes to trying new things out and seeing where life takes you and seeing where you take yourself. But other than that, I just kind of want to leave it off there. Just wanted to leave it off there as, this was just, I guess, just me just expressing my thoughts, seeing where my curiosity takes me. And just knowing that Who are you, right? I find out every day. I find out every single day more of who I am until the journey is completed. It's a journey, constantly discovering ourselves, something new, something we just change. But other than that, hopefully something resonated. Hopefully, you're just able to take something from this, as it's just thoughts. It's all thoughts that we can apply, And other than that, dreamers turning dreams into reality. Love you.